What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live, Friday night live on Steele. We have an awesome show lined up for you guys tonight. So get settled in with your tea or your cocktail or whatever your pleasure is, because we are going for a ride, a real nice ride. I got some folks filtered in the chat, a little slower than usual tonight, but y'all will get here. I know you will. It's definitely some familiar faces in the chat. A few new ones too, and that's always good to see. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash that like button like you'd smash your childhood crush. It takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. The number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this work through those tricky YouTube algorithms and get in front of more people. And also, if you're new here, I would like to personally welcome you and encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you feel compelled to super chat at any time throughout this broadcast, that is hugely appreciated for the time and efforts. And feel free to ask me any question, ask me or my panel any questions or comments. And also, membership as of this last week, memberships are now available with my made official with my partnership through YouTube. I got 3 tiers of memberships available, and the membership community has been growing quickly. It's just been really awesome, and really looking forward to continuing the work there and continue to bring you guys exclusive membership material and things like that. Speaking of which, Chad Bagley, welcome to membership class on Steele Live. It's good to have you, my friend. A name that is familiar to me from being a longtime viewer. So welcome aboard, Chad. Who else we got in here? We got Peachtree. We got Giselle Perez. We got Slay Blaze, of course. Gold member, welcome. Peachtree. Anthony Grant, Richard Powell, Crypto, Captain Andrew, Alan Schneider, and the list goes on. And Isaac Casil starting the show off nicely, the $5 super chat. Thank you, Isaac. Appreciate that. Steven Steele at a bar with the spouse. Got to keep our women happy. I will be checking in soon without getting into trouble. Doge to the moon. Isaac trying to check in with the show. Well, spending time with this girl. Don't want to get him in the doghouse, but or the Doge house, so to speak. So I understand the balance that you need to maintain there, Isaac. We'll check in with you in a little bit. I've got 2 awesome guests tonight, guys. 2 awesome guests. One that needs very little introduction to you guys at this point, and another one that I'm going to give a bit of an introduction to. But firstly, we're going to bring in Aussie Samantha. Sam, how you feeling tonight? Sam, are you there?
I'm feeling really good, except
awesome.
It's lunchtime here. It's not nighttime.
Well, we just got to roll with it, because when you make friends this far away across the world, we just got to deal with these time zone differences and everything else. So thanks for joining us during your very precious lunchtime, Sam.
You are very welcome. You know I love jumping on with you guys.
Excellent. Well, I'm super stoked to have you tonight, and I know the chat is as well. And, without any further ado, I'm just going to bring on the next guest as well, so we can just all have a good conversation here. This is a guy that some of you are already familiar with, but he's a young guy full of charisma. His name is Max. I call him Dogeboy. He's become popularized through Doge as Dogeboy, and he became infamous overnight for doing the brave act of crashing the Bitcoin conference of 2021 in Miami to epic proportions. And so at this time, I would like to bring him on. Dogeboy, how you doing, my friend? Dogeboy,
hey,
can you hear me? Okay,
I'm here.
Okay,
yeah. Hey,
cool. Thanks for joining us tonight, man. It's exciting to have you on. And how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for letting me come here and speak.
Yeah, totally, man. We're stoked to have you. So, guys, if you have any questions for Dogeboy or myself or Aussie Sam, feel free to pop them up in the chat, throw some super chats, whatever. Dogeboy, so this newfound internet fame, so to speak, happened pretty quickly to you. Did you expect this? Did you anticipate kind of this sort of reaction from your deed?
To this scale, not at all. But I was doing it for the meme.
Yep.
First and foremost, just for the Dogecoin meme.
Yep.
And then I knew like it would transfer over to myself, but I did not think it would transfer this hard and like almost 7,000 followers on Twitter. It's crazy.
Yeah, the thing is
I
about
think because of how you did it though, and then their reaction as well, and then like the security coming in, it just all worked out really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the combination of all those dynamics is what made it so memeable and so such a statement. It's amusing on several levels simultaneously, and I think that's what it just kind of has, that it factor, And so you had tearaway suit pants, does it look like, right?
Yeah, I've had those pants for years, honestly, and
wait.
I picked out the.
How did you have those pants for what purpose did you have those pants for years, Max?
Well, really, I've never used them in my whole life. My mom bought them for me years ago, and they didn't fit me. She got them for like $1 somewhere. She was like, one day, they'll fit you, Max, and you'll use them one day. And then I did.
Has your mom seen the video?
Yeah, she's seen everything.
How does your mom feel about all this, Max?
She loves it. At the start, when I told her about the idea, prior.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No problem.
Okay. I told her about the idea before I did it, and she did not like the idea at all. She was very against it, but after about like 10 minutes after I escaped, I FaceTimed her and I was like, "Mom, you gotta go on YouTube right now." And now she's loving all of it.
Because she sees that it didn't ruin you. It didn't play out in like a super negative fashion for you. Did you get in any trouble with the law?
No. Thank God. I think I almost did, honestly.
Yeah.
So what happened afterwards? Like you just said you escaped. So, because I've seen you get carried off the stage. What did they do? Did they just give you a slap on the wrist, or how did it come about that you got out of that?
Yeah, whenever I was about to do the stunt, I really didn't know, like, if I would get arrested or not. Like, it was really a 50-50 of me doing it. But so that was like a thought always in the back of my mind, like, would I get arrested? But after I got carried off by that dude and he walked me down the steps, these 4 other dudes came up, like actual security guards. I think the person that picked me up was actually like one of the people's private security. And then 4 actual security guards came. I didn't even touch the floor. I didn't even touch the backstage floor. They just kept me in the air. They were holding me like all arms and legs. They all had me, and then they threw me out the door, and the back door. And then one of them just kept walking with me, basically like escorting me out the back gate, like the staff back gate. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. Like, I'm good. I did my thing. I was so hyped up. Like I knew it was gonna be awesome. And then I saw a police car, with his lights on, come out of the view of this building. He comes around and he blocks off the gate with his lights on. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, so I just break out and I cut left and I'm sprinting. Like, I'm not getting arrested.
Right.
So I go back in the outside of convention and I'm running through all the people. Like, there's a whole bunch of other like things going on the outside of the convention, and I'm running through there. Everybody's looking at me because they just saw it on the big screen outside, and I'm running. There's a security guard, like huge security guard, chasing me through all the people. I'm looking behind me. I'm freaking out. And then I finally get out of the convention through a different back gate, and I start running down the street for like a lot of like 5 blocks.
Amazing. So the 5-0 was there for you, but you split.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were there for you, my friend, but you got out of there like James Bond. Well done, my friend. Truckin' All Day coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, Truckin'. Truckin' in my rig in Cali at dusk, blasting this intro loud, thinking and thanking how Dogecoin brought many family and friends to the investing world and changing my wealth. Dogecoin to the effing moon. Thank you, Truckin' All Day, and thanks for all you're doing out there on the highway, doing the work that impacts so many of us. So keep on trucking, of course, and keep on doging. Thanks again for listening. Thank you for your continued support, my friend. So Max, that's awesome. So where was your first destination after getting out of there? Did you have a hotel room, or are you, first of all, are you from the area?
No, I'm not. I'm not from the area. I'm from Tennessee.
Okay.
I went with I had the idea. Well, I'll say my destination after. My bad. So after I got down the street, I called my friend that flew down with me, and I was like, "Dude, where are you?" Because he was in the convention. We both snuck in together.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, where are you? We gotta get out of here." And he was like, "I'm coming. I'm leaving right now." And then we met up, and everybody, like, my phone was like blowing up 5 minutes after I did it, and it didn't stop blowing up until like 2 days after. But we just went to some restaurant in Miami, and we just celebrated.
Yeah. So you just like found a diner and you just kind of posted up and were laughing about what just happened.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Dogeboy, did you make the trek all the way from Tennessee to Miami to do this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I thought of the idea, like right when Bitcoin Miami was announced, just like just a little thought in the back of my mind, like, what if I snuck in and I did this? That'd be pretty funny. And then like a week before it actually happened, I was like, I was really seriously considering it, and I was going back and forth in my mind, like how would I even do this? Like, how do I book the flight? Like, do I have a place to stay? Like, what do I bring? All this stuff. But basically, it came down to, I convinced my friend to come with me, and we didn't have any Airbnb. We did a 1.5 day round trip trip, and we just brought a backpack. Each of us just brought one backpack, and we just tore it up. We just tore it up in Miami for 1 day.
That's amazing.
So how did you actually get onto the stage? That's what I want to know as well. Because I see the video that I see is you already on the stage.
Yeah, there's another video out there. My friend has. I haven't posted it yet, but really, the stage was only like waist high. I just walked in, or I was in the main conference area, like thousands of people, and I was just sitting in the seats, and I just walked down the aisle, and I just waist high stage. I just jumped on.
So
you gotta give it to us. You gotta do the Dogecoin to the moon.
What?
She's putting you on the spot. She wants you to say Dogecoin to the moon like you did on the stage.
I don't know. I got people sleeping right now.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay. We understand. So, Max, I still got to hammer out this detail with you because it's still just sticking out in my mind. Your mother gave you tearaway pants?
Yeah, it was really like, I don't even know how many years ago. I just knew it was in my closet, and I just looked in my closet, and I was like, well, here we go.
So
I don't have them anymore.
So why did your mother give you pants that you could tear away? Were they like part of a costume, or so they would fit you for a long time, or?
Yeah, I think I've always been I do video stuff. I do like funny. I used to do funny skits on YouTube a long time ago.
Okay.
And I just have like that character of just like just that guy. So she just got me those just to be funny.
Oh, so it was just like another one of your props for like what you do.
Yeah, just like a gift.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, that was amazing, and that was honestly that was one of the first things that popped out to me when I first saw that video, and I was like, they make suit pants that are tearaway. I'm like, wow, and then
they actually aren't. They actually weren't suit pants. They were like Reebok athletic pants, but they matched the. Yeah, they just matched the fit.
That's wild because between those pants and your whole ensemble, you looked pretty official. You looked like a serious Bitcoiner, my friend. Were you going for like the serious Bitcoiner look?
Yeah, that's how I really got in. I had to look. I had to look like I was a part of the conference.
Yeah.
So we just had to act all official, and I got the whole the white dress shirt and the suit from Goodwill like the day of we left.
Perfect.
For like $5.
Perfect. So. Yeah, I mean, you had the look down. You looked like you were headed to a Michael Saylor speech or something. And so, once you got there, did you get a feel for like? Were you there long enough to get a feel for the vibe of the attendees?
Oh yeah, we definitely enjoyed ourselves before I did the act. We walked around. We explored the whole convention. It was actually really cool. There was a lot of stuff to do there. There were actually, I think, like 3 other conferences / speeches that were going on instead of that one. That's probably gonna be like posted as some other Bitcoin YouTube thing. But there was a lot more going on. Yeah. From what
I gathered too, I got similar feedback that there was just multi-panels and all this sort of stuff. So your friend that you convinced to go with you, is he the one that kind of got? Because I saw some footage from the crowd angle too. So was he running a phone too, like recording from the crowd?
Yeah, I told him. I would assume that it would already be on footage, like
from
if
other
he didn't
people.
Record, but I was like, it was my friend Luke.
Yep.
I was like, Luke, like just record it just in case, and like so we get another angle, like the insider angle.
Yeah.
So he was sitting right beside me, like up front stage.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, do you recall what these guys, the panelists, were even talking about when you bum rushed it?
Honestly, no. No, really, no. I think the panel, like the discussion, was about like green energy.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really know. We walked in the main room, and it wasn't like 3 minutes until I actually did the thing. So, and during those 3 minutes, I was not listening to them at all. I was just like in my head.
Mm-hmm. So, part of what makes this story especially amusing to me, and I think to some other folks as well, is the fact that, especially lately, it seems that there's segments of the Bitcoin community that take themselves really, really seriously. So, don't have the best opinion of dog money. So, were you? Is this something you're aware of, and that was in part your motivation for doing something like this?
100%. 100%.
I was gonna say that 100%.
Yeah, if this was, if this was a conference that was like a cryptocurrency conference, it wouldn't have been the same if it was like Bitcoin. Like this is the reason I did this was because this was the biggest cryptocurrency conference to date, and it was specifically about Bitcoin, and I knew there'd just be Bitcoin maxis. They wouldn't talk about anything else. It'd just be all about Bitcoin, how Bitcoin was the best. And I was like, I have to pull this off. Like I gotta make a statement.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was the perfect dynamic. It couldn't have been done to like a better group of participants within crypto, because of the dynamic between your antics and the ridiculousness of it, paired with how seriously these folks take themselves, is really what made it like extra funny, I think, you know. So
Yeah.
Their facials, I can't get over that.
oh, totally. Scott in the chat is saying Dogeboy is the hero we need. Anthony says Dogeboy is definitely good for the community. Keep doging. Trello says Dogeboy is an icon, and on it goes. So you're kind of becoming this quickly ascending to kind of like a folklore hero within the Doge community. And you know, the still imaging that you can get out of that video footage really lends itself to folklore. You're making these very intense faces that are of you screaming, and I made my own meme out of you akin to the lead character in Braveheart, putting you side by side, and I just felt it kind of sums it up pretty well. And the memes keep coming. And how are you enjoying all these memes made about you? I mean, they're still coming out every day.
Yeah, I love it. I love all the memes. I love all the support, and they seriously aren't stopping. It was crazy. Like even 30 minutes, probably less than 30 minutes after I actually did it, there was already memes coming out. And they didn't even know who I was. Like, nobody even knew who I was, and everybody was on this huge search. They were like, "Who is Dogeboy?" And I was like, and all my friends, like all my crypto friends, all my friends on Twitter and stuff, they were just hammering it into everybody. It's like, "It's him, it's him!" And then like the memes kept coming. It's crazy. The support is crazy. I love it.
Well, it came at such, I think, too, your antics came at like the perfect time, because the Doge community, like, we had been getting hammered by the Bitcoin maximalist community pretty hard over the last few weeks before this transpired, and I'm sure you're aware of the Twitter war going back and forth between Bitcoin maxis and Elon Musk, and how this has kind of ramped things up. And then Barry Silbert shorting Doge, and which really kind of sparked and kicked off all this stuff, in my opinion, like as far as putting it into overdrive. And so, you know, we're at the fever pitch of these guys really taking themselves seriously. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of the same footage I have, and a lot of times with my encounters with these Bitcoin maxi guys, they really think they talk like they're the protagonists, like in the frickin' Matrix or Lord of the Rings or something. And these guys that fashion themselves as these very, very epic, stoic, knightly characters in some crazy novel. And then here you come along, jumping on the stage, tearaway clothes, in bright yellow shorts and the Shiba Inu shirt, posing like a classic WWE wrestler. Screaming Dogecoin to the moon, really. I mean, I think the reason why you've become such a hero with so many people around here is because we're just waiting and hoping for something like that to happen. And it was done in true Doge fashion, the spirit of Doge, because it's just funny, it's outlandish, it was ridiculous in the face of people who are too serious for their own good. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the Doge community needed something like that, and I think the Bitcoin maxi community needed something like that.
Yeah,
just to get a reality check for them that there's other cryptos that have communities even stronger than them. Mm-hmm. I believe the Dogecoin community is really the strongest community. You know, the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you're just a like completely 100% Bitcoin, it's really like, I don't know. I think it's kind of toxic, but in the Dogecoin community, it's like all love. Everybody's supporting love and stuff. So I think it was really needed for Bitcoin to have a little wake up call from me.
Yeah, and you definitely served it to him. Stormer coming in saying Dogeboy is the hero we don't deserve. Nathan says you rock Dogeboy. Newface asks, how was the people's reaction in the UK and other nations? Have you gotten any international feedback from people in other countries, Dogeboy?
Yeah, I have. I've gotten some DMs, and I went live on TikTok today, and there's some people from, I think Jamaica, and definitely places in Europe, that are supporting me. So I appreciate it. It's kind of crazy that I've kind of gone worldwide.
Yeah, you definitely have. Have you gotten any feedback? Has there been any backlash or negative feedback from the Bitcoin communities online to you since this transpired, or they kind of left you alone?
No, they left me alone. They haven't spoken a word to me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a shock.
Yeah, they really haven't.
I think they're just kind of perplexed by it. You know what I mean? I mean, how mad can you possibly get? You know, I think even though some of them, it probably frustrated some of them, I think they also realized how even more ridiculous it would be to get mad at you over it, you know? So yeah, that's what I imagine anyway. Did you, after your escape, and you went to the diner or whatever, did you guys return to the convention at all, or was it pretty much just like hanging out from there until your flight went out?
Well, we were, we were talking to some people in the convention. We were just networking kind of, and some people, like, I got pretty close with some people, and they were like, we can get you in the after party, dude. You seem really cool. Like, you won't even have to get a ticket. And one dude that I was particularly close with, after he invited me to the after party, I was like, listen, man, I gotta tell you something. I was like, I'm about to do something crazy. I shouldn't have said it like that, because he probably thought I was about to like shoot up the place.
Right.
I was like, listen, man, I'm about to do something crazy. You can't tell anybody. And he was like, what? And I told him, and he was like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. That is the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life. And if you do that, I will not at all be able to get you in the after party. I was like, dang. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna do it. And I did it. And I didn't get in the after party. After I did it, we were like, I probably could have changed outfits into like, my other outfits I had on. But one, we really didn't want to go back. We just wanted to go to the beach and have fun and celebrate. Yeah. And we just wanted to just have fun in Miami after that and just celebrate. Yeah. So as far as social media goes, are you most active on TikTok? Yeah, for sure. Twitter, not really much so, but on TikTok, I had all this fame that came from this. Yeah. I had a following on TikTok. I had about 18,000 followers on TikTok. Okay. Before this happened, and like 20 followers on Twitter, and then, but yeah, TikTok is my main thing. Sure.
What's your TikTok name?
My TikTok is MaxOTG. Everything MaxOTG. Like TikTok is MaxOTG, Twitter is MaxOTG_, and Instagram is also MaxOTG. And what's the?
I've just followed you on TikTok.
Okay, cool.
Have you got more plans to buy some more pants?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stock up on some because
Yes,
people
I
are
think that's a good idea.
yeah, I think people are expecting some more performances from me.
And where does one go to find bright yellow shorts? Where'd you go for that?
Those actually weren't shorts; those were swimming trunks. Right after,
Oh,
right
okay.
after, I was like, "We're going to the beach right now." I'm like, I'm running into the beach, escaping. So I just had swimming trunks on. I was actually going to wear Dogecoin underwear,
Yeah, okay.
but it didn't come in time, and it still hasn't came yet. I think I ordered it from like China or something, and it's not coming for like 2 months.
Okay. Chinese Dogecoin underwear. Got it. So,
Yeah.
but now you're probably learning that there's since this, because Doge Twitter is pretty strong. Doge Twitter. So, since this transpired, you probably realized, hey, I got to pay attention to Twitter now too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely posting content on Twitter now because of this.
Awesome. Yeah, because the Doge Twitter community is pretty strong, pretty active, and like you, before I got involved in making a lot of Doge centric content, I wasn't terribly active on Twitter. I had an account for a long time, and then I kind of deleted that account. But then I got back on when I started making Doge centric content because I realized, wow, there's a very, very vibrant, very active community for this segment of what's going on, and it's a really cool thing. So, Max, as far as people's reaction to you at home, like your friends back home in Tennessee, how's the reception been?
Oh, it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. My phone for like the 24 hours, maybe even 48 hours after that was just nonstop texts and calls from like all my family, like family that I don't even talk to that much.
Right.
And friends from high school that I haven't talked to in years. They're just texting me and Snapchatting me. They're like, "Max, you're a legend," and they're like, "Max, was that really you?" And it was crazy back home.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. I think it's great. I remember when I first came across it. It didn't take me long to come across it either, and because I think it went live. I think it went on social media literally not even
Like seconds.
Yeah, like definitely
5 minutes.
Right?
Minutes.
Okay. Because I want to say I think I saw it on Twitter like literally like within like an hour after you did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was just like, what? And then I just started laughing so hard. I'm like, this is perfect. It's got all the elements, man. It's got all the elements. Did you?
It really does.
It does. It has all the elements, and that leads to my next question to you, Max. Like this may sound like a funny question, but to me, it just played out so perfectly. Did you think of the poses ahead of time?
Yes,
Okay, I thought so.
I practiced actually for probably 4 days before. Like every time I was in the bathroom, every time I was in the shower, I practiced my lines and I practiced my moves every single time because I knew when I get up on that stage, if I don't have a plan, I'm just gonna freeze.
Yep, you're gonna be a deer in headlights. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was well planned out.
Everything that I did. Well, actually, I had to cut it short because I thought I didn't have enough time, but everything that I did was perfect. Like it was planned. The whole line.
So what did you say after? You know how you were like screaming Dogecoin to the moon, and then you kind of got picked up and you were turned around to the guys that were sitting down. What were you saying then?
So on the back of my shirt, I had another cryptocurrency called Chonk, and what I said was like I flipped around. I was turning to my backside, and I saw the dude coming in to swoop me up, and I just said, "And chunk, chunk," and that was the best words.
See, I'm a massive Friends fan, and when because I've been rewatching it in the last few hours, when you turned around, it sounded like you were, I don't know if you watch Friends, but Chandler says to Ross, shut up," and that's kind of like, I thought that's what you were saying to the guys.
No.
Shut up.
You would think it was a Friends reference, Sam.
Of course I would.
That is awesome, Max. So, another thing when I watched it that I thought of too was just how incredibly nervous you had to have been leading right up until that moment. Did you have the clammy hands and, was your heart going crazy? Like, could you just kind of describe that moment right when it was like the do or die moment where you're like, I'm gonna do this or I don't. Then now's the time. How did you feel in that moment?
It was like my heart was beating out of my chest. It was like very intense, but it wasn't as intense as the night before when I was trying to sleep.
Interesting.
It was really weird because when I was sitting in the chair, like waiting, like thinking about going up.
Yeah.
My heart was beating, but it wasn't like crazy, but it was really hard, but it was very steady, and I knew I was gonna do it. I just had to take a deep breath and go. But the night before when I was trying to go to sleep, I didn't get any sleep the night before. It was crazy. Like my heart was rapid, and I was like, I don't even know if I can do this, blah, blah, blah. But right before I went on, I wasn't even sweating that hard. Like I wasn't sweating because I was nervous. I was sweating because it was so freaking hot because it was Miami. Right.
That's interesting. So most of your anxiety over this was the night before, not the day of, let alone right before you did it, right?
Yeah.
You might have been running on adrenaline as well. Adrenaline you just focus on what you need to do.
Exactly.
Whereas the night before, the anxiety, overthinking it, but when you're actually there and there's thousands of people there, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Your adrenaline would have just kicked in.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I think happened. I think it was just adrenaline. I was confident. I was nervous, but I was really confident once I was up there because all the adrenaline.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like to me. And that's when I know I used to make my living as a recording artist. I do a lot of touring and performing, and seeing you carry out what you did, that was one of the first thoughts I had. I'm like, this dude, he had to have thought about these poses. He had to have rehearsed this in his mind several times at least, because most people, they would kind of do it awkwardly. You know what I mean? And you could tell, you would be able to tell what they're doing, but it wouldn't have came off nearly as epic as the way you did it. You came up there with a purpose. You knew exactly what you wanted to do, where you wanted to do it, how you wanted it to look, how you wanted it to sound, and it was awesome. I loved how when you took the stage, what did you say? May I have your attention, everyone? I have a very important announcement.
Yeah, I chose those lines very specifically because it would buy me like a little bit more time in my mind.
Right.
I said, and even you can't see my face in the video.
Yeah.
But I make it as if like I'm an official at the conference, and I'm like trying to alert everybody of like something. So I just said, attention everybody, we have a very urgent announcement.
Announcement.
Yeah, like I said we specifically, so like, they think I was parking bench and like the security on the sides.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah.
It felt like start moving straight away as soon as you jumped up on stage, where the security like, hang on, this isn't part of the plan.
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry, you cut out.
So when you jumped on the stage and you were saying that, did the security, like, did you see them like, hang on, what's going on here? Or was it when you started ripping off your clothes that they were like, yep, get him?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't even see security on the sides. But I'm hoping they were like, who is this? Is this an actual official? When I started saying that, because I was in the suit and stuff.
Their faces. They were like almost pooping themselves. They're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw too on that video, where you could tell they just weren't ready for something like this, and they're kind of conferring amongst themselves, like, how do we handle this kid, man? They're kind of going back and forth, and then they finally realize we just got to lift and move. We got to lift and move them.
Yeah.
Delos Doge coming with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Delos. What's up, Steven, guests, and Doge fam? To the moon in Matt Wallace voice. You've got a really good to the moon, actually. If you didn't have guests sleeping by you, I would hold you to that. So maybe another time.
I think Dogeboy's to the moon trumps Matt Wallace's. I love Matt, but I think Dogeboy's just taking the cake now.
Well, he took it to straight up old school professional wrestling like levels. You know, when that's what I saw. That's what I heard. I was like, it just harkened like the classic days of like pro wrestling theatrics, which was just the right tone in my opinion. Just the right tone in my opinion. When they lifted and carried you off, Max, did it hurt at all, or was it whatever?
No, it was really a pleasant experience. They didn't. I really thought I thought I was gonna get hurt. Like, I thought I was actually gonna get tackled, but no, he just picked me up. Nothing hurt at all. It was no pain. But I really I wasn't supposed to, like, in my plan, I wasn't supposed to jump in front of them, and I changed the plan because of what someone said at the convention. I told him my plan, and he was like, dude, this is that's not even safe, because if you do it in front of a billionaire, because I was gonna do it in front of Mike Novogratz.
Oh.
And like, I wanted to do it in front of Mike Novogratz because, you know, he's a billionaire, and I just wanted to do it right in front of his face. But
right.
The dude I was talking to, he was like, dude, if you do it in front of a billionaire or a millionaire, you're gonna get, like, there's so much private security out here, dude, that you don't even know is here.
Yeah.
Because, like, these billionaires, they, like, you don't even know they're right beside you, and they're right beside you. So
right.
He was like, dude, like, they don't even care, dude. If he's a billionaire, they'll freaking, like, beat you up in the back room, seriously. And I was
right.
like, uh-oh. So I changed the schedule.
You're like, maybe not in front of Mike Novogratz.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even the private security of the other guy, they come and, like, covered him. He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, it was it was weird.
Reptile coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Reptile. Appreciate your continued support. This stream will go down in history. Fact, polar bears often hunt walruses by simply charging at a group of them and eating the ones that were crushed or wounded in the mass panic to escape. Direct attacks are rare. Reptile, always good for a random fact that I wasn't aware before. That one ended.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
That's very
one,
interesting.
That one made me kind of sad. That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal, man. I wouldn't classify that one the fun fact, but that is definitely a fact. A reptile. So thank you again. So Max, do you see yourself doing any antics like this again in the future?
100%.
Yeah, I wasn't really planning on it, but since it's this crazy now, and people are expecting me to, I am definitely going to be at some places.
But don't feel obligated to do it. Like, you've done it. You were amazing to do it. But do not feel obligated.
No, I'm not. I don't feel obligated. I feel privileged that I am honestly, like, possibly the chosen one in some people's eyes. So
you are, definitely.
Say
And you're
what?
probably now thriving off that like adrenaline dump. I know that I chase adrenaline highs, and you just do it in such an amazing way. It gets addictive.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing some other things, some other infiltrations of events.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not banned from. I hope I'm not banned from Bitcoin conferences. I don't
Yeah.
Color your hair. Make your hair darker and.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, so all I have to do is dye your hair dark, and I think that'd be good enough.
Yeah.
Did any of the organizers at the event, did they request for ID or any of your personal info?
No.
It's good.
No, just yeah. Nobody knows who I was when I went in there, which was kind of not good on the security part, but you know.
Well, it sounds like then you can get away with coming back to the Bitcoin conferences.
Yeah, unless like hopefully they don't freaking remember me, or like they got a picture of me and they're like, this dude, do not let this dude in.
If you need tickets for flights to get to other conferences, you know where to go. Just come to the fam and we support you.
Yeah, man.
You.
Yeah, man. I'm sure the Dogecoin community will take care of your flight and travel costs for sure. I know they would. I know they would in a heartbeat. That being considered, do you think you could see yourself doing another like Dogecoin infiltration at the right event?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's great too, and I think it's definitely in the spirit of the community to like have a more of a gag approach than like a super serious approach, and it definitely kind of goes with the vibe of Dogecoin versus, you're never gonna see like a Bitcoiner do something like this, or somebody who's really bullish on like ADA Cardano, do something like this. It's definitely a very distinctive thing. So that was awesome, man. So you're active on Twitter. You're active on TikTok. Do you Instagram too, or no?
I mean, my Instagram, I do, my Instagram is for video production stuff.
Okay.
Like editing, music videos, short films. I do that stuff mainly. Cool. And that's what my Instagram is for. But my TikTok and Twitter are for crypto stuff. Awesome.
Is your main passion kind of like videography and film?
Yeah. It's it's more about, I mean, that's one of my passions. I have a lot of different interests and stuff.
Yeah.
But that is what that's what I'm pursuing right now. And also like influencing on and entertaining.
Yeah.
On Twitter and stuff.
Sure. And I saw someone mention the chat too, and this is something else I want to ask you about. I'm sure you've heard about it, but now some Bitcoin attendees are reporting testing positive for COVID. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, good. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
good to hear.
I actually saw it on Twitter, but I'm feeling good. In Miami, it was the first place to lift up the mask mandate, so it was really nice having a big gathering like that with no masks, and especially in the heat.
Yeah, kind of liberating in a way, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also saw that you were on Final Stand's channel. How'd that go?
That went good. Matt's awesome.
Yeah.
He reached out to me, and we just did an interview, and now we're cool. He's a really cool dude. I really appreciate him letting me be on his channel.
Yeah, Matt's a good friend of mine, actually, and when I saw that he beat me to the punch on interviewing you, I was like, nuts. But you know, he is the largest Doge-centric content creator on the planet as far as the numbers go, for sure. But the way I got to know Matt is he started just popping in my live streams early on, and reached out, and he just says, yeah, man, I like what you're doing. I like your vibe. And we just became friends ever since. And now we just talk on the phone here and there, and, pretty regularly, actually, because we're both kind of almost, I mean, I've been turning into like a full-time content creator around a lot of this stuff. I do more of a variety of stuff, talk show, but it's all very Doge-centric though. But so there's only so many people on the planet that have that lifestyle, being a full-time Doge-centric content creator. But yeah, Matt's awesome. And when I saw that, I was like, I wanted to beat him to the punch on it, because I knew he had to have been in touch with you already. But I'm sure he'll get a kick out of this. So so Max, this is awesome, man. I would love to have you back on the show. I would love to talk about your further further endeavors, even stuff outside of specifically Doge, as we go forward here. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, but just thank you for letting me speak here. And yeah, I'd love to come on here again, and we can just have a conversation out of whatever. I think I just love, I'm popping into Twitter spaces now. I'm just having conversations with the community. The Twitter community with crypto is huge, and you know, I was just like a watcher of Twitter. I was not a creator in Twitter for crypto Twitter, but now, since it's such a big community, I'm just popping in and out, talking, you know, connecting with everybody. So yeah, I'd love to come back on here sometime, and we can talk about whatever again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, Max. So guys, give Max a follow. I'm going to put his Twitter URL in the chat for you guys. Go ahead and give Max, aka Dogeboy, a follow in the chat, and you can also keep up with him under the same handle on
I'll send you the link on Twitter, Stephen, for his TikTok. On
TikTok as well. Right. So awesome, Max. This has been awesome. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for working this out. And let's definitely stay in touch, and let's do this again. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's
Sweet.
Fun.
Sweet. Thanks again, Max, for coming by. Guys, Max, aka...
You're awesome, by the way.
Yes, you are a hero in this community, my friend, and we love you, and we love what you did, and it's just hilarious and brilliant. Thank you so much, Max. We'll be in touch, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it. You guys, there you have it. Max, aka Dogeboy, hailing from Tennessee. What a great dude, and for everything that he did there. Just fantastic. So yeah, go ahead and give him a follow on Twitter and TikTok if you do the TikTok thing. Max, what a great guest. What do you say, Sam?
I think he's awesome, and he's so like real and just down to earth as well. Like he's like, yeah, I expected something from it, but nothing like this major.
Yeah.
So I've followed him on everything now. He sounds very, very interesting, and someone that I definitely want to watch his future ventures for sure. Yeah,
I got the same impression as well. And you know, like I said, I think what he did, it came at like the perfect moment, because the Dogecoin community, the Dogecoin community specifically, was just taking a lot of crap from the Bitcoin community for weeks before he did this. So when he did this, it kind of he did this at the perfect moment when those tensions were just kind of at an apex between.
They couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like a hilarious middle finger to that community, and a well-deserved one, might I add. But it was done in a real fun way, and that's important. it's important to keep that in mind. We want to keep the fun in it, guys, for sure. So, Max did it, man. Max actually did it. He got over his nerves. It's something that many of us perhaps would think about doing, but wouldn't actually do. This kid not only thought about doing it, the kid put together a trip from Tennessee with recruited a friend, talked to a friend, and dude, I'm sure that wasn't easy, and flew all the way into Miami to pull this thing off. And a day and a half, and got out James Bond style, escaped without getting penalized or arrested. And this is going to go down in meme history and YouTube history. Dogeboy is going to be one of those YouTube videos that people will reference in 10 years from now, especially going forward. In my opinion, I think Dogecoin has a very high probability of being a very long-term permanent part of our society as a digital currency. So when we look back on this in 6, 7, 8 years, it's going to I think that might be much more of a legendary site. What do you say, Samantha?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited for the things to come. I actually think we need to start up like a bail max out savings account.
Yeah, maybe just in case have like have a bail max out fund. Yeah, probably a good idea. Maybe just have that already in place so we can expedite that quickly to him in the event that he gets in trouble with the law, and we can just quickly spring him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got the balls to do what we haven't done, so it's the least we could do, I think, just have his back.
And that's I like what you said there, because I noticed there were a few people. Inevitably, you always get a few people when you do something this high profile, and even within Doge, it's a minority of just a few people within Doge and wherever else are just like, they had their criticisms of the kid, or he once had a TikTok that, it wasn't so favorable of Doge. And I'm just like, people change, their opinions change on things, they evolve on things. People are allowed to do that. Plus, Max is definitely on the younger end. There's that too. Plus, on top of all of that, this is something everyone agrees was epically hilarious. And it took a lot of balls to do it. Y'all didn't do it. He did it. Okay? He did it. Y'all didn't do it. You're just tweeting, and tweeting's fine, but he didn't just tweet. He got on a darn plane, and he went to Miami, and he tore off his pants for us, guys. He tore off his pants. He tore off his Goodwill sport coat and pressed dress shirt, and just really made an epic spectacle of it. And big props to Max.
He comes from China before the next time he does it.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, I can't wait for the next time, and I wonder where, when it will be. I think it probably plays the best in like a serious environment. You know what I mean? So I think that's where the dynamic will probably play out best, if he keeps doing them in serious environments.
Yeah, I think it was the best. The way it happened, their reaction, the way he got carried off the stage, it just all turned out perfect.
Yeah, and there's like this, one of the panelists in the background was just, he had a man bun. He was confused. He wasn't sure what to make of it. And I just think the whole thing, Particle says, kid is a legend. Let's see. Can't imagine Max is getting out scot-free. Someone says, well, so far he has. You guys, it's not like he it's not like he it's not like a serious crime, okay? Like he stormed a stage and he shouted Dogecoin to the moon. I could see maybe if he did it, I think the judgment that he used, it could have been worse. Like if he did do it in front of one of the more powerful, like billionaire level guys, that could have gotten him in more trouble. So I think the advice that he took from that event convention attendee was good advice. So Kyle says he is a legend. He will go down in history. Yeah. So I agree. I think what he did, was awesome. So Anthony Grant says, gotta love that kid. Yes, absolutely. So before I was on the show here tonight, I was on Upshot's show. So busy night for me tonight. I was on about a 2.5 hour stream with Upshot. Talking. What? Go ahead. Were you saying something, Sam?
Yeah, I said you'd been a busy man.
Yeah, I've been very, very busy. And so, what did we talk about on Upshot show? Well, Upshot, we talked about all things Dogecoin you could possibly think to talk about for 2.5 straight hours. So that's what we did. And it was a pretty productive and amusing talk, I think. People got stuff out of it. And Upshot and I, that was our third appearance together in the week. Boy. So I think Upshot and I are good for company to each other for a little while now. He guested on this show twice this week, and then I did once on his show tonight. But it worked out really well. Upshot's such a pleasant dude. He's a pretty hard guy to get sick of. He's so pleasant, and he's almost like the Mr. Rogers of the Dogecoin community.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of his show when you were on earlier, and he did sound. I haven't watched him before, so I've just followed him and subscribed to him. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it before.
Yeah, he
sounds really good. It sounds like he knows his stuff. He's got experience, and yeah, I think he's definitely one to follow as well.
Yeah, definitely, and he's got really good, even keeled delivery, and he doesn't like overhype things either. He's very, very reasonable, and he's one of the more popular Dogecoin creators for sure, hands down. I think he's up over 100,000 subs now on YouTube. He's been super good to me since I first started broadcasting. Really, both him, Matt Wallace, and Crypto Batman all have really gone out of their way to really be cool to me. So kudos to all of those guys for kind of taking me in on their respective circles. David says Doge has been playing around with my feelings all week. It's okay, guys. I mean, it's okay.
I've just been playing around with my feelings for months.
Yeah, it's been going on for longer than a week, my friend. And the thing is, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep trading sideways pretty unremarkably for a little while, guys. And that's not a bad thing. That's okay. This is totally normal stuff within the market. And the thing is, I know it's easy to get impatient when you're obsessively following one coin every day. But I tell you what, folks, if I didn't do a show every day, I wouldn't even look at the Doge chart right now. I honestly wouldn't, because I know it's gonna. I'm not worried about it though. At the same time, I'm just not worried about it. It's a long-term investment for me that I think's really going to pay off in spades. And until then, I'm just not sweating the technique. I started driving a Mac 18-wheeler since today's Upshot Steele Live and haven't stopped. Don't text and Doge like me. I didn't know you were a trucker as well, Chill Theater. We got several truckers in here, you know that? We have like, just that I can think of off the top of my head, there's like five truckers.
That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think because
they're doing long hours listening to Steven Steele.
Yeah, and out of all the Doge-centric content creators, this really is the only show that goes more longer in a more like talk show format. The other ones is just it's all just like videos, videos that last anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long. That's the majority of Doge content are short videos. This is the only like kind of long form talk show podcast style really show that I know of that's kind of Doge centric. So yeah, so that would make sense. Dogecoin OG blocked me on Twitter. He blocked me too. And I the thing is, I don't even know that guy, but what I do know is that he's been messing with Billy Marcus. So that's not cool with me. So that's all I need to know about that guy. Surge, Beef Supreme, better late than never, my friend. Beef Supreme says, surge it. What I like about Beef Supreme is there's never a time where he's not cheering for the surge. His resolve is unwaverable, and it doesn't matter how poorly or how well the market is doing. Beef Supreme's going to come up in here and call for an epic surge, no matter what. And I love it. Anthony Grant coming through at the $5 super chat. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Guys and gals, have patience. Doge is going to trade sideways for a while. These big institutions buy in. Keep calm, hold on. You raise a really good point there, Anthony, and that is this. Lots of big, well-moneyed institutions are buying in big on Dogecoin right now. Why? Why would they be doing that? They're doing that because they know the incredible potential that Dogecoin has, or else they wouldn't bother. So they're taking advantage of this point in the market on very big scales for a reason, or else they just wouldn't bother, guys. So that's actually a really, really good sign.
Hey, Stephen.
Yeah.
I have to jump off because I've got to drive home. I've been at the beach, so I'm just sitting in my car and I've got to drive home and get ready. We're taking the kids out to
no worries.
what's it called? Demolition Derby tonight. So
Ooh.
got to drive home from the beach and go and get them ready.
Smash and crash them. Sam, thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And I'll probably come on in the next couple of days as well. I'm having lots of fun.
Lovely. Guys, I'm going to put Sam's Twitter URL in the chat as well in case you want to give Aussie Sam a follow as well. Sam, okay, we'll follow up with you soon and enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Yes. Thank you. You too. Bye, guys.
All right. Aussie Sam, and now it's down to me, your man, Stephen Steele. Uno, a mano. So I'm putting Aussie Sam's Twitter in the chat in case you guys want to give her a follow. Beef Supreme says, I'm never wrong. So what's the scoop with teaming up with Doge, y'all, says the Watch Doge. I talked about this extensively on Upshot's show, and basically what's going on is what I feel to be the most epic story developing in all of cryptocurrency, and that is the pairing of Dogecoin with Ethereum. And we have learned over this past week some very epic news. Vitalik Buterin, the co-creator of Ethereum and now the guy most in charge at Ethereum, is not only he's revealed himself to be a bigger Dogecoin fan than anyone thought, but he is a Dogecoin millionaire himself, right? So he invested back in 2016. He invested $25K in Dogecoin. And that is now worth millions of dollars. And so this is this says a lot. It says a lot about his feelings on Dogecoin. And so that news just came out yesterday, I believe. So yeah, he turned $25,000 into $4 million. $4 million. So he became so just last year or two, guys, Vitalik Buterin became the youngest billionaire in the world at 27 years old. So, of course, much of this is due to his incredible eye for investing and the creator of Ethereum. It obviously has to do with a big part of that. But now we know that it's in large part $4 million of his $1 billion, at least $1 billion, is from Dogecoin, which is absolutely hilarious. And here's a direct quote, actually, from the podcast that he did with Lex Friedman, which is about 3 hours long. He said, "I remember thinking, how can I explain this to my mother that I invested $25,000 in Doge? The only interesting thing about this cryptocurrency is the dog's logo. But of course, it was one of the best investments I have ever made," said the Ethereum co-founder. So it was, folks. So with the rise in the price of Dogecoin, Vitalik made $4.3 million. And that's just after selling half of his tokens. So just absolutely wild, absolutely wild. So what we also know is that all parties have released positive statements showing that they all have a strong desire to make this happen. In that same interview, guys, Mr. Buterin went on to say that he thought that taking serious developmental steps towards a full-on Dogecoin Ethereum pairing would be an excellent idea, one that he fully supports, one that he would fully get behind, and one that he hopes gets funding and attention. And Elon Musk just a few days ago echoed the same sentiment, that this is something he'd be all in favor of, something that he would be all in favor of, that he is on board for. Okay, so this is excellent news. This is game-changing news, and now we know, as of a couple nights ago, that Ross Nickel, a brilliant man that I've had on this show before, a man that has been probably the most involved Dogecoin developer on the planet since the year 2013. What he said on a Twitch stream that he had, where Billy was a guest, he said that Ethereum people from the Ethereum development team have reached out to him specifically about the pairing between Doge and Ethereum. So this is something that's actively coming underway. Also, check this out, guys. Check this out. We need to be really excited about this. There's so much to be excited about. By the way, speaking of excitation, Zombie Doge Army coming in with a membership. Welcome to membership on Steven Steele Live, Zombie Doge Army. And welcome to the Steven Steele Army, my friend. Good to have you a part of it. Love to see that lean, green, mean machine on the scene, if you know what I mean. I love it. Welcome aboard, my friend. It's good to have you as an official member. So, as I was saying, Vitalik Buterin, in that same episode, in that same podcast, he was asked, where does he see the future of the top market cap cryptos going forward? And before he even brought up his own coin, Ethereum, let alone Bitcoin, he jumped right to Doge. What did he say that night? What did he say that I find so amazing, that I find so epically game-changing? Well, I'll tell you what he said, my friends. He said, firstly, I see Doge at least at number 3. Come on, at least at number 3. And then he said, if not number 2. Really? Dogecoin at number 2 is where Mr. Buterin would like to see Dogecoin. So that being said, he doesn't want to see Ethereum behind Dogecoin at number 3. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is taking steps and making plans for a future wherein Ethereum is number 1 and Dogecoin is number 2 and Bitcoin is number 3. That is what that implies to me. Absolutely epic. We are seeing epic moves taking place behind the scenes as I speak, ladies and gentlemen. The great reshuffling is in tow. Okay? I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but the fact that it is getting serious resource, attention, and intellect to me is extremely exciting. And I think this will shape up to be the most epic, exciting story in all of cryptocurrency. So we shall see, folks. This all requires patience, my friends. Slayblaze says it's not that far-fetched when you map it out. This is true. Guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment to do that. It takes a split second of your time. Doesn't cost you a dime. And if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you to Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. Would love to have you join us. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Stick around. If you feel compelled to super chat throughout this broadcast, that's obviously really appreciated for my time and efforts. Also, memberships are now open. You can become a member through the pinned link at the top of the chat. So yeah, this speech and song are making my Doge spidey senses tingle, Jeremy says. Jeremy, that is awesome. And welcome. I haven't seen you for a bit, my friend. Welcome back. Oh, and for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I assume most of you do, but there's usually inevitably a few that don't. So I'm going to put my Twitter in the chat in case you don't already follow me. I'm just going to pop that in there quick. I'm very active on Twitter. My DMs are open, and I love connecting with my audience on Twitter for sure. How long do I have to wait to be rich? 2 years, do you think? HDR says I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not a psychic, but, waiting 2 years is likely going to be a lot better than not waiting 2 years. It's best, in my opinion, for your long-term investments just to go about your life and circle back to them at a much later date. And not obsessively check the charts every day. That would be my advice. But I do think even in 1 year from now, there's a pretty good chance that Dogecoin will be exceptionally higher than where it is right now in market value. Glorious times ahead, folks. Particle says, I would have to agree. Glorious times indeed. Glorious. Zombie Doge Army's got the membership badge now. Look out, folks. Look out. Look out, folks, because here I come. Guys, if you have any questions for me, feel free to pop them in the chat. Feel free to, just let me know. Because I'm kind of at the bottom of my content for the night. And we'll just play it by ear. If you guys give me some questions, I'll stick around a bit, or else wind her down. We're already rich. The memes are priceless, Particle says. Yes, I agree. Memes are priceless, folks. And they make us rich in spirit for sure, guys. Rich in spirit, right? Absolutely. What a fun show this has been. A mano y mano. He was a boy with a strong vision, hailing all the way from southern Tennessee. One day, he strapped on some bright orange swim trunks, a Dogecoin t-shirt, some tearaway pants, and a blazer from the Goodwill to make a statement the Bitcoin community would never forget. On that fateful day, he approached the stage and tore off his clothes for dog money and shouted Dogecoin to the moon. This summer, get ready for a hair-raising tale for the whole family in Dogeboy, rated PG. All right, folks, how you feeling out there? There you go, the Dogeboy movie trailer, Take that to the bank, folks. Take that to the bank. Dogeboy should get his own comic book. I think that almost writes itself, doesn't it? I agree. He is a superhero in our ranks for sure. Slayblaze says, "Thank God he's wearing wearing clothes beneath those tearaway pants." Yes. Benethan, since your old YouTube appearances, you've been a great host and a really awesome dude, and you share more of your as you share more of your LA past. What's the Steven Steele life trailer? First of all, Rat's Milk, thank you for that. I appreciate those kind words. Secondly, I would need a moment. I would need a few moments to write that out. I don't think that's something I could do justice just off the top of my dome, but it is something that I will consider making. I'm a lot better at making improv movie trailers for other people than myself. This weekend will be red, fellas. David says, yeah, quite likely from the reports I've been seeing. Things will likely get worse before they get better. Kyle says next time Dogeboy should dress up in spandex and a cape. I could see it. Spandex is the chosen fashion choice of superheroes. So, I mean, makes sense to me, guys. Particle says Safe Moon buying likes. What the hell, Gambia? Are they buying likes? I don't know. I don't know if they're buying likes. I know they've bought. They spent a lot of money for influencers to endorse them. A strategy that, to a certain degree, has worked well for them. You know, just buying influencers. Have you invested in HBAR or VeChain? Not financial advice. Super Drifter says, HBAR I am not invested in. VeChain, I do own some VeChain. Yep. Not financial advice. Thoughts on the Bitcoin death cross? Wow. We're going to Gambia. Thoughts on the Bitcoin death cross? Wow, that sounds very cryptic. The Bitcoin death cross. Yeah, from what I've seen, I think the Bitcoin death cross is a very real possibility. That obviously could be a tremendous signal for a looming bear market. Like I said before, I have warned that things could get much worse before they get better, resulting in a potential freedom from Bitcoin dominance, right? So I'm going to be hanging in there. I'm not going to be selling. And I encourage I encourage you guys to do the same, frankly. Let's see what you're saying in the chat here. This is the way. Who is buying a Tesla MS Plaid? I can't afford it, but I would love one. I would love one. They've gone plaid. That is a quote and a concept lifted from the movie Spaceballs. That's where Elon got it, guys. We're in LA. Where are you? I got a lot of friends out there. Mostly like West Hollywood and Silver Lake. Silver Lake, Silver Lake. Soon it will be LA time. I don't know why people hate on Elon. He just made more opportunity to get into the market when it's low. Yes, correct. Let's see here. I just keep buying more Doge as I can afford it, Victor says. I hear you, fam. We want a Steven Steele autobiographical documentary, Kyle says. That's a lot to take on, my friend. But who knows? Who knows? Not opposed to it, just a lot of work. Was in West and North Hollywood for a while. Great music scene there. Yeah, I had DJed a lot of events there in that area. I am waiting for a Cybertruck more than a Model S or anything else. Cybertruck's my personal favorite. It's definitely more my vibe. I love that the aesthetics of it particularly are kind of a hybrid between Blade Runner and Mad Max. Let's see. I had a dream that Elon started accepting Doge in the Boring Company, and I think that would be a great start, David says. Yeah, I think that dream could come a reality, guys. I think that dream really could come a reality. Absolutely. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wind this stream down. Been going for a little more than an hour and a half now. And hopefully we can keep getting more people on these at these shows and start growing somewhere along the line. But I am at the same time super thankful for you guys, my audience, and the community that we've built here so far. You guys are incredible. Steven, do you ever do any DJ work in Scottsdale, Tempe? No, but I'm not opposed to it. I know that Scottsdale particularly has a pretty big nightclub scene there. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You should definitely look into voicing movie trailers. I'm actually going to be doing the next voiceover for Ass Token. I'm going to be teaming up with them to do the voiceover for their next commercial. Cybertruck actually isn't that expensive, all things considered. Not that expensive, all things considered. Yeah. About 1,000 more Doge today, Kyle says. Since I had some money. All right, let's get her done. Let's see what you're saying in chat here. Zombie Doge Army is out. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to wind this stream out. I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I've got definitely more exciting guests to bring you guys. And don't forget to become a member. I got so much more membership content coming your way. And so we got 3 different tiers of options there. Don't forget to check that out. And don't worry, I will be back tomorrow night for Steven Steele Live around the same time. So make sure you have the notifications on, or that you're following me on Twitter and everything else. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. This has been fantastic. Love you guys, and we will talk to you real soon. This is Steven Steele signing out.